Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, this is my review for Star Trek Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 3, In the Cradle of Vexilon. Now, for disclosure, I haven't watched the whole episode, I've just seen a bunch of scenes, because people post scenes, and I don't really want to pay for Paramount Plus for this show. So I watched a bunch of scenes and I watched a few reviews, and I'm okay with that. Now, this episode, it's kind of interesting because they all got promotions to junior grade lieutenants, and this is, you know, sort of exploring that, which is good. There's some progress in the show. They're not just doing the same thing every week, so I'll give them credit on that. Now, there's sort of two main stories because the upper deckers are there, of course, but, you know, they're not the focus. We have Boimler having his first away mission and having to learn about command, and that was sort of interesting. It had a very spicy ending. Now, the other story is very un-Starfleet, very un-Star Trek. Basically, the other lower deckers are being hazed by Ransom and some of the other crew members. And I'm like, Starfleet wouldn't do that. There would be no hazing in Starfleet. That's just ridiculous. And it's very much the problem with the show is they have to lower Star Trek and make Star Trek relatable to people today, because, you know, they can't. It's so frustrating. It's like they can't make actual Star Trek jokes because they're going for an audience that doesn't actually know Star Trek. Even though these people do know Star Trek and they do throw a lot of that in, they also sort of dumb things down and like make things just like today, like the way they operate on the ship. Now, fortunately, they sort of have explained in the show that it's really just this ship that's the exception. At first, it seemed like they were just saying this is just how Starfleet is in the future, and that really bothered me. But they sort of amended that in the second season. It really is more about this ship being the exception to the rule, and not in a good way. So, yeah, I mean, God, we had so many member berries in this episode. Like I said, what did I say? I did a review before and I didn't like it, so I'm doing it again. I can't remember what I said and what I'm saying now. But they had a lot of member berries, and I don't think I went through them. Like they had the probe from Tapestry and the whole "I miss my wife" joke. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's not funny because it's too easy. And they had like the room from Move Along Home, so you had to hear that freaking song again, and just Nomad and all the member berries and that. And I can't remember, did I go over Nomad before? I think I just did. I can't remember what I said in the other video and what I just said a minute ago. So, but yeah, so Boimler dies twice. He gets brought back and dies again. He goes to like the waiting room, and he sees this black pyramid outside the window, which I'm not sure if that's a reference to this show or if it's an external reference to another show. I didn't get it because I've only watched Lower Decks once, each episode once, and that's it. So if that was in an earlier episode, I've forgotten it. Of course, he sees the koala, and the koala speaks to him, and people couldn't understand what he said because apparently these people have never seen Twin Peaks and don't understand when you're in the waiting room you speak backwards. So in reverse, he basically said, "It's not your time yet, Boimler," and sent him back. He gets revived by the Vulcan, and the Vulcan probably had all the funny lines. She's new, and she does the deadpan delivery of everything, and it kind of works. Now, I've got a bit of a crush on Rutherford, so I do kind of like seeing him in the show, but there's just not enough like for me to buy Paramount Plus and watch this properly. I mean, maybe I'll, I sort of said later after the shows have all been cancelled, I might buy like box sets of them so I can actually go back and watch them and that and just have them for reference, but I won't buy them while they're in production because I don't want to actually promote any of the shows. I don't want to like be part of the problem by supporting, you know, New Trek and New Trek shows. The exception was Strange New Worlds Season 1 I did buy because I kind of liked some episodes and I was trying to support it because I wanted Season 2 to do well, but then Season 2 was such a disappointment and went in the total opposite direction of its potential. And I kind of was Star Trek Picard, I got the third season of that, or I will be getting the third season of that like any day now. So yeah, I don't see myself buying Lower Decks. I don't see myself watching Lower Decks again. And that's why I'm not really motivated to pay for Paramount Plus to review it, but I do want to know what happens. I want to know what they do from a critical point of view. So that's why I'm watching the reviews and why I'm sort of looking at videos and stuff like that and seeing how they handle stuff. But yeah, unless something else comes on Paramount Plus and I can watch it for free, I don't see myself watching. I guess when I don't know, will I even get it for season 3 of Strange New Worlds? I'm not sure. If I do, I guess I'll watch. I'll catch up on Lower Decks then. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. It wasn't an awful episode. It's not an awful show. I just don't feel motivated to actually watch it at the moment. I'm just not feeling it.